Right now, somewhere in your life, there is a door you've been pushing on with everything you have. You've tried harder. You've waited longer. You've prayed, planned, visualized, learned, and sacrificed. And yet the breakthrough hasn't happened. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people never face. The door isn't locked. You're just pushing in the wrong direction. The first biggest mistake blocking your breakthrough is not lack of effort, not lack of intelligence, not lack of opportunity. It's something far more subtle, far more dangerous, and far more common. You are trying to change your life without changing the identity that created it. Most people believe breakthroughs happen when circumstances change, when the money finally comes, when the right person shows up, when confidence magically appears, when motivation finally sticks. But breakthroughs never start outside of you. They start the moment you stop negotiating with the version of yourself that keeps you stuck. The moment you realize that your habits, your standards, your emotional reactions, and your internal rules are silently deciding your future long before your actions do. Let me tell you something that may shake you. You are not stuck because you don't know what to do. You are stuck because part of you is still committed to staying the same. That part may call itself being realistic, being careful, or waiting for the right time. But make no mistake, that voice is not wisdom. It is fear wearing a logical mask. Every breakthrough in human history began the same way. Someone decided that the pain of staying the same had finally become greater than the pain of change. Until that moment, the mind will always protect the familiar, even when the familiar is destroying you. The brain is not designed to make you successful. It is designed to make you comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of growth. Here's the mistake most people make. They try to upgrade their results without upgrading their standards. They say they want more money, but they tolerate procrastination. They say they want confidence, but they tolerate self-doubt. They say they want freedom, but they tolerate excuses. Your life is not a reflection of what you want. It is a reflection of what you tolerate. Think about it. If you truly decided that something was no longer acceptable, would it still exist in your life? If you decided that mediocrity was no longer an option, would you still show up halfway? If you decided that excuses were no longer allowed, would you still repeat the same stories year after year? Change does not happen when you feel ready. It happens when you draw a line and say, this ends now. Most people are waiting for confidence before they act. That is backwards. Confidence is not the cause of action. It is the result of it. You don't feel strong and then lift the weight. You lift the weight and then you become strong. You don't wait to believe in yourself before you move. You move and belief catches up. Another brutal truth is this: your breakthrough is not blocked by your circumstances. It is blocked by your emotional patterns. You don't fail because of what happens to you. You fail because of how you consistently respond to what happens to you. The same event can break one person and build another. The difference is not the event. It is the meaning they assign to it. Some people see rejection and decide it means they are not enough. Others see rejection and decide it means they need to grow stronger. Same event, different meaning. And meaning controls emotion. Emotion controls behavior. Behavior controls destiny. Right now, you are running emotional programs that were installed years ago. Programs built from past failures, disappointments, criticism, and fear. And unless you interrupt them, they will keep running your life on autopilot. Awareness alone is not enough. You must condition a new response. You must train yourself to act powerfully even when you don't feel like it. Let me be clear. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is temporary. Willpower runs out. But identity is permanent until you change it. When you see yourself as someone who follows through, you don't need motivation. When you see yourself as someone who does hard things, resistance loses its power. When you see yourself as someone who refuses to quit, quitting is no longer an option. The biggest mistake blocking your breakthrough is believing that one day you will feel different and then your life will change. That day is not coming. You must decide who you are going to be and then act in alignment with that decision, even while your emotions are screaming for you to stop. Your mind will test you. It will say, slow down. It will say, you've tried before. It will say, what if you fail again? But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. Quitting is. Every attempt rewires you. Every effort strengthens you. Every uncomfortable action expands your capacity. Look at your past honestly. How many times did you stop just before something could have shifted? How many times did you retreat not because you were incapable, but because you were uncomfortable? Growth feels like loss before it feels like gain. The old you must die before the new you can emerge. And that death is not physical. It is psychological. It is emotional. It is the death of excuses, stories, and self-doubt. You do not need more time. You need more intensity. You don't need more information. You need more commitment. Information without execution is entertainment. Knowledge without application is noise. At some point, you must stop consuming and start becoming. There is a version of you that already knows how to win. You have seen glimpses of it in moments when you acted boldly, spoke truthfully, or refused to settle. That version is not missing. It is being suppressed by habits of hesitation. Your breakthrough will not arrive gently. It will demand that you let go of who you've been comfortable being. It will demand that you disappoint people who benefited from you staying small. It will demand that you risk embarrassment, judgment, and uncertainty. But on the other side of that discomfort is a life that finally matches your potential. Ask yourself this question honestly. If nothing changed for the next 5 years, would you be proud of the choices you are making today? If the answer hurts, good. Pain is a signal. And that signal is telling you that something must change now, not later. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your standards. Raise your standards and your behavior will follow. Decide that showing up halfway is no longer acceptable. Decide that talking yourself out of action is no longer allowed. Decide that your future matters more than your fear. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of a decision you've been avoiding. A decision to stop negotiating with weakness, a decision to stop identifying with struggle, a decision to stop rehearsing your limitations and start rehearsing your power. You are not behind. You are being prepared. Everything you've endured has built strength, awareness, and resilience. But preparation without action becomes regret. It is time to move, not when you feel ready, not when the conditions are perfect, not when confidence magically appears. Now, because the greatest risk is not failure. The greatest risk is staying exactly where you are and calling it patience. The moment you shift who you believe you are, everything else must follow. And when that shift happens, you will look back at this moment and realize that the breakthrough was never blocked by the world. It was blocked by a single belief. And the moment you let it go, everything changed.